like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So is Jodie Whittaker primed to be the next James Bond? 007, is that going to happen? I want to be clear on the outset. There is no indication whatsoever from anybody that that's on the cards, right? This is just a bit of pure clickbaitery that went on the thumbnail, but it's a funny one nonetheless, because everything they say sounds like they're getting ready to hire Jodie Whittaker, right? Like literally everything. Again, here's the enigma of this James Bond movie, No Time to Die, coming up. It's everything we see from it looks freaking credible, right? And there's a kind of a rule with Daniel Craig movies. You have like a really good one, then a naff one, then a really good one, then a naff one. So this is number 5. So hopefully it's really good. Plus, I love the director. What's that show he did called Maniac on Netflix with what's the guy's name? Emma Stone and whatever his name is. Okay, from Superbad. Yeah, no, forgot it. I never gonna remember. Moneyball, Superbad. Just work those two things out. You'll find out who it is. Which I really like. Freaking awesome show. I really thought that was a great show. I might do that as one of my my YouTube shorts. I'm starting to do a bunch of those. Right. So yeah, that's everything you see just sounds absolutely. It just looks fantastic. That trailer. Fantastic. Rami Malek looks fantastic, right? It all looks fantastic. Everything they say sounds like the worst thing ever. Phoebe Waller-Bridge talking to Lashana Lynch saying, you know what James Bond needs? More tampons. No! James Bond does not need more tampons. That's really a really important thing that if you don't understand it, you might not understand James Bond, right? James Bond is a somewhat extreme male fantasy, a misogynistic male fantasy. Yes, he uses women to basically make himself feel better for being a cold-blooded psychopathic killer, which is what he does. But then in every movie, he always, at least in all the good ones anyway, it basically goes like this. He has a bunch of women that he just jumps in and out of bed with, especially in the Roger Moore ones. But the one that really scared me was A View to the Kill, was when he slept with Grace Jones, and Roger Moore was like, must be nearing his 70s by that time. I was like, oh my God, he's not going to make it. He's not going to survive. But then again, this is a real Bondy trope. He also meets a woman who's always his equal, right? And that he basically pursues and falls in love with in the movie, and then they forget about by the next movie, right? That's James Bond, right? They don't like that being James Bond. They don't like that being James Bond at all, right? They are they it's kind of like that Gillette ad. Remember the Gillette ad a couple of years ago when it said, "Oh, toxic males," and all the toxic males said, "Off, mate," and they didn't stop buying their razors. They had one of the largest drops in sales that they've ever seen as a company. Because Hollywood is being run by morons, morons who have no idea about reality whatsoever, and they believe that they're living in a this post-apocalyptic totalitarian reality full of racists, and they've got to re-educate the world not to be racist. Don't be racist. And we're not. That's the thing, we're not. That we don't want to see wall-to-wall black women in everything doesn't make you racist. In fact, that you want to see wall-to-wall black women in everything might make you racist, right? That might indeed make you racist. So finally, we have this article we're going to look at with Lashana Lynch just talking utter bollocks. Utter bollocks. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. You've got a lot of comment. If you can do it without vomiting over the screen, even better, baby. Why would you vomit? I just got my hair cut. Look at me. I look so beautiful. I just had a very, very stressful time getting my hair cut. I want you to know it was simple. The person who cuts my hair, Gila, from the neck down, she's looks like she's 18, right? Looks like she's 18, and a pretty darn good shaped 18-year-old girl at that, right? From the neck up, she's like 65. I don't know how old she is, but so. Yesterday was Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is the Day of Atonement where you say sorry to God for, following your lust and things like that. And you try, I'm going to try and do a bit better this year, right? So I go, and Gila's there. Gila's wearing a very small summer dress, right? A very revealing summer dress. And I'm sitting there, get my hair cut. My wife's sitting in the background, right? And she's leaning in, and that dress, it didn't cover her up that well, so her boobs are dangling in my face, right? And I'm trying to look away, like, yes, it was Yom Kippur, behind me was my wife, no, I shouldn't sneak a peek. But at least, God, this woman's in her 60s, and she don't look it, baby. She don't look. So I just had a very stressful time getting my hair cut. But I'm very glad that I did. Fine, with that, like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. If you are subscribed, please make sure you're still subscribed. And go check out my Indiegogo, which hasn't shipped yet. Still waiting for a printer to tell me how much they're going to cost to ship it. Really? Come. This seems to be something that you could tell me, right? It doesn't seem to be something that should be kept secret. No. One printer has told me I'm going to have to bug another one. But I've been waylaid by all these Jewish holidays, which is just taking up all my life right now. So we're one step away from getting it out, right? We're at the final hurdle. So, I'm quite excited about that. So we got Biblical Bible Scholars, Atheists, Creators, Rationalists, Rogues, 240 pages long. It's kind of like the early Vertigo books. It's I wrote and drew this one. It's pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. Very, very biblically accurate. Not preachy in any way, shape, or form. I like to think it's not preachy anyway. Again, I wrote it, so I think I get to say. And then we have The Imperium, a love letter to the telefans in the 1960s. James Bond, Doctor Who, Emma Peel, A Monkey in a Space, The Black Slab from 2001, all that good stuff. So you got all that. You have The Prisoner, a bit of... they're not the real things, okay? I call them something different, but you go, oh, that's probably The Prisoner. When you look at it, I think, just on the right side of the copyright laws. One would like to hope. So Dominic Ratchet did the art, and there's a great backup strip called The Ice Warriors in this as well, which you only know it's being printed in, is this. Art by Stefano Gardaselli. Really good stuff. Great stuff. You get a bunch of extras. You get Noble Savages. It's great. Great poster. I'll get on for every other poster as well, because why not? We have For the Mill gaze cards, which are fantastic. Just simply fantastic. I mean, especially this James Bondy one. See, this is so much more James Bond than than this. Really. Shall I go for the sexy woman in underwear, like doing spy shit, or shall I go for the I don't know. That might be a little boy or a girl. I don't know. As James Bond. I don't know. Fine. So there you go. Go check it. It's in the video notes. Go check it out. That's basically all I can say about that. Lashana Lynch claims reaction to being cast in the new James Bond film reminded her of segregation. I don't think anything reminded you of anything, because the word remind has the word mind in it, right? And I don't think your mind is a busy place, right? That you would be reminded sounds unlikely, because you do sound like a moron. Now, is it my fault you sound like a moron? No. I think it was Oscar Wilde that says, better keep one's mouth shut and have all around you think you're a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. Well, Lashana, baby, you've opened it and you have removed all freaking doubt. One of the biggest critics was Trina Parks. Okay, fine. Actress Lashana Lynch, who played Myra Rambeau in the entirely forgettable Captain Marvel. I mean, really, Captain Marvel is just so forgettable. It's like the current Marvel movies are even more forgettable. But like once you hit forgettable, you're just forgettable. Like, is anybody going, ooh, I gotta go check out the Ant-Man and the Wasp again? No, nobody said that ever. Is set to play Nomi in the... I thought it was Naomi, not Nomi. In the upcoming James Bond film, No Time to Die, which when... what's his name was directing it? Trainspotting. Danny Boyle. Was going to have James Bond die, which I think is really what they should have done. Like, and just rebooted again. Like, I really think they should have done that. I just think Danny Boyle's a solid director, right? With an interesting take on things. Recently claimed the reaction to being cast reminded of segregation. Because I'm going to say segregation because I got black skin and that makes white people uncomfortable. And then they'll just do what I say because they're scared of me. That's why she said it. or that she's drunk from the Kool-Aid and she believes this bollocks at the same time. Speaking of The Guardian, a terrible combination, right? That's a terrible combination. Lashana Lynch talking to The Guardian. That's like Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. Really? To promote the upcoming film, Lynch claimed the response to her casting was generally positive. However, she went on to note that some messages she received and conversations she saw reminded her of segregation. Darling, segregation exists now. We're living in the world of resegregation, right? It's like black people can only be with black people in TV shows, right? Have you noticed that? Gay people, like, look at Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery is segregation, Star Trek segregation. Essentially, you've got the LGBTQ set trying to pretend to be a family, and then you got you've got the blacks. You got the gays, you got the Muppet Babies. I call the Bridge Crew the Muppet Babies because they're all kind of soft and pudgy, right? They're all kind of like fur. They kind of look like Muppet Babies to me, and they're useless. How do I know segregation? That backlash first came after rumor noted that Lynch's character will be taking on the 007 moniker in the film. Yes, that's not. Yeah, exactly. And they hired you to do that because you're a black woman. That's all. You are a skin color and you are a sexual organ. You are nothing more. Yeah? And this is not the way I view the world. This is the way the people making movies view the world. You're a skin color and a sexual organ. It's and nothing else, right? Absolutely nothing else. In July 2019, Daily Mail reported that Lynch would play 007 in the film after Daniel Craig Bond retires. Yeah, exactly. You're making a point. And what? Are you trying to tell me it wasn't your intention that she should continue the franchise? That's entirely the idea. A source of the pivotal scene at the start of the film where M says, "Come in, 007," and in walks Lashana Lynch, who's a black, beautiful woman. No, she's not. She's a little boy. She looks like a little boy. I mean, okay, she may be a black, beautiful woman if you like raping children in Hollywood, which I think most Hollywood people do very much enjoy. And look, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of open to most people's kings, right? You know, like most, like, it doesn't really do it for me. I don't want somebody to lick my feet, but like, I know a lot of people really get off on that, right? Really super good. And like, most things are fine. The stooping kids thing. No. If ever you go, that sounds okay. No. Then you got to get to a doctor. Okay. No. I wish I had a giant newspaper I could roll up and just hit the nose of Hollywood. Go, no stooping children. No stooping. And that's what she looks like. I'm sorry. She looks like a little black boy. It's a popcorn dropping moment. Well, it would have been if I hadn't spoiled it. Bond is still Bond, but he's been replaced by 007 by this stunning woman. She's not stunning! You saying it doesn't make it so, right? It's stunning to you because she's a black woman, because you're a racist. Following the rumor, Harper's Bazaar published an interview with Lashana Lynch that reads, "Lashana Lynch is making history as the first black female 007. Yeah, that's all you care about. Now, my mate Dan from the Spacebook, he thinks all this terrible press we keep seeing is because the press are garbage and it's the only thing they want to highlight. I hope he's right. I do hope he's right. We'll find out in like a month or so. Oh boy, I'm scared. I'm really scared. I love James Bond. But like, am I going to have to... I mean, honestly, that last one was kind of turgid. I could end the series there in my head, quite frankly, and then come back when they reboot it, which is what they're going to have to do after they destroy it. I mean, have you seen Doctor Who recently? Yeah, it's going on a hiatus, baby. In an article written by Ursa Daily War, yeah, that's the name that says a woman of the people for me. Ursa Daily War, fine. It proclaimed, today on a still Saturday morning in August, Lynch is doing precisely that, chatting to me warmly and directly about her latest and surely career-defining role in No Time to Die in Bond's 25th release, 25 movies, that's what it takes to destroy it. in which she stars as Nomi, a secret agent who inherits the 007 title while Bond himself is in exile. And I bet she's going to be better than Bond at everything, right? Because she's a black woman, and the patriarchy is just that white men are good because they're the patriarchy and it's a way of oppressing them. But now we're stunning and bright, and we're going to have black women be the bestest ever. And again, if you're a baby-brained racist, you're going to say this is great. So let's see Lashana Lynch say this is great. In an interview, Lynch did confirm she would play 007, but also discussed the backlash to her casting and noted that she is part of something very, very revolutionary. It's called cultural vandalism. Yeah. As you destroy our culture, that's kind of revolutionary. Yeah. She said, I'm a black woman. Really? No one noticed till you mentioned it. I mean, other than you saying it constantly. If it were another black woman casting role, it would have been the same conversation. Yes, because that's all you are. To these idiot producers, you're a skin color and a sexual organ. You're a skin color and a vagina. That's all you are. Right? Exactly. She would have got the same attack, same of it. You didn't get any abuse. Again, I mean, maybe you did. I don't know. You didn't get any abuse, but like when you fundamentally change something, like 007 was normally a guy called James Bond, right? You know, that's a big change, right? That is a very, very big change. And every time they make these changes, they make garbage. Again, Star Trek Discovery, Doctor Who, Star Wars. And the incredible thing is people love it solely for these changes because they're also racist. That's the only reason they like it. Will say you're a racist if you mention the sole reason that they like it. Because they are lying, evil sacks of shit. I think would be the technical expression for them. But I just have to remind myself that the conversation is happening, and I'm part of something that will be very, very revolutionary. Yes, the revolutionary in that you're destroying the world. Yes, yeah, that was great. Yeah. Also, the naughty National Socialists in Germany in the 30s, they were part of something revolutionary too. How did that work out? Pol Pot, a little bit revolutionary in Cambodia, very revolutionary. Yeah, that's the type of revolutionary you are. What about the Cultural Revolution in China? Only 50 million dead. That's exactly the type of revolutionary you are. Yeah, an evil person. Now Lynch, speaking with The Guardian, claims she will not be 007. She said, no, you don't want me. Finally, we agree. Yes, we don't want you. She said, I'll just be like, right, so where do you start again? Yes, I know. I've seen Doctor Who. I've seen Star Discovery. I've seen Star Wars, right? However, she went on to add, we are in here's the important bit. We are in a place in time where the industry is not just giving audience what it thinks the audience wants. No, they're not, are they? And what's the audience doing in return? They're not taking it, right? But this person hasn't worked that out yet. She hasn't seen, the stats for Terminator. What was it? Dark Fate or all these movies that fell because you know what? What's that other Charlie's Angels? Everything, you know. Have you seen the decline again? Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars. I understand Star Trek and Star Wars they're still going to make their garbage regardless, but it's still nowhere near the same level of cultural importance, especially Star Trek. Star Trek is just like the Alex Kurtzman Star Trek feels like necrophilia to me. It just feels like they're shagging the corpse of Star Trek relentlessly, and it's a real shame because I like Star Trek. So they're not giving the audience what it thinks the audience wants. Yes, they don't give a shit what you want because they don't like you. They look down at you. They're actually giving the audience what they want to give the audience. And again, the audience is saying, oh, okay? That's what the audience is saying. Me too. Lynch then asserted, with Bond, it could be a man or a woman. How? How is that organic to the character? And listen, again, the one time this has really worked is Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica, because they made Starbuck genuinely into a woman, like kind of a messed up, crazy woman, but she felt feminine, right? But you don't want to do that. They could be white, black, Asian, mixed race. Again, how does this fit into the character of Doctor Who? They could be young or old. Again, how? How? Again, I mean, these people are obsessed with their immutable characteristics, their skin color, and they're the most important things in the world. But anything can be anything. Again, young or, at the end of the day, even if a 2-year-old was playing Bond, everyone would flock to the cinema to see this 2-year-old, what this 2-year-old's going to do. No, idiot. They're not going to do that. And that's the bullshit you have sold us, and sold yourselves, more importantly, that have made you make relentless shit. Again, with this, from what you just said here, Jodie Whittaker is being lined up to be a James Bond. Unquestionably, right? If anybody can be James Bond, why not? I mean, Jodie Whittaker's totally up for it. Why not, what's her name? Brie Larson. It doesn't matter. Lynch did indicate that character is supposed to be a match for Bond. She's supposed to be a superior. But look at this. Look at this weird little boy who's going to be 007, okay? Again, she's a stunning, sexy woman if you like to shtuck kids. If you're not so into the raping of children, maybe not. She explained, I think we're just looking for someone who will be able to be a match for Bond. Yeah, no, not really. Well, that's the same. I mean, like, but when it's done without agenda, it really works. I mean, Luther, right? The first few seasons of Luther, where they had Ruth Wilson as the villain, who was clearly a match for Idris Elba's Luther, right? Because it was done without freaking agenda. It was done as a character piece. And you had the sexual frism between the two, but as the cat and mouse thing going on, and this mutual respect, right? But she was played as a woman. She looked feminine. She didn't look like a little boy. You'll be able to stand up and be vocal and full-fledged and thug and have a weapon and have herself and not be somebody who takes any crap from anybody. I am woman. Hear me war. Yeah, again, sounds like Jodie Whittaker to me. Then, as it unfolded, she became quite complicated. Very open-minded voice, human being who brings a really nice twist to MI6. I mean, and other changes everything. Damn, mate. I hope you're right. I think you're wrong. I hope you're right. I mean, again, look at this picture over here. Hot chick, hot guy, hot chick, and Lashana Lynch. It's like, really? It's like, oh, that's really sexy. Really? Why? Yeah, she looks like a 12-year-old. A 12-year-old boy. Lynch went on to explain that she wanted what she wanted from the character from writer Phoebe Waller-Bridge. God, everything you're saying is wrong. I said I wanted to be a real woman because that's what we want in a misogynistic male fantasy. We want to hear about tampons, right? We want to be a real woman. I don't want her work to make her masculine. No, it's just your very masculine features made her masculine. She's not slick. Oh yeah, exactly. Those things that James Bond shouldn't be slick and cool. No, pish posh. Who would want that? She has it together. She's the best as ever. She's highly competent and very skilled, but she's a real human, and sometimes she's awkward. Oh, God. Again, this is cut from the same cloth as Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. She added, what's so clever about Phoebe's writing? And that's what, once we had a conversation about her possibly being awkward, and there were some moments where I said, like, oh no, is she really going to be going to say that in scene? I'm so here for that. You don't want James Bond to be awkward. You don't want 007. He's got to be charming, smart. It's like, I mean, like, really? I mean, like, I just like, it's beyond me. It's beyond me. That clever writing includes scenes featuring tampons thrown in the trash and Lynch's character picking her nose and pulling out a wedgie. Jesus, this is bad news, mate. She explains, I thought there might be a scene where she's complaining, she's coming out of the toilet and you see her throw a tampon in bin. Why? Why? I mean, listen, it's not even a question of having Q make a cool secret agent gadget out of a tampon. Oh, now listen up, Bond. This looks like a normal tampon. Very good for a heavy flow. But if you pull this string here, you get a little mouse. But if you pull the other string, it turns into a nuclear bomb. Yes! Yes! But that, what's wrong with you people? Want to get that big rolled newspaper and go to Hollywood and go, no! No! Hit it on the nose. No! Don't do that with a dog. Just do that with Hollywood. Just do that with a society of paedophiles that control entertainment. Okay, don't do that with a dog. Dogs are nice. We don't need to make a meal out of it. Doing it makes a meal out of it, idiot. But we're in the later zoom and you're going to see someone pick their nose, pull out a wedgie. Bottom line, this woman is going to be relatable, she asserts. Oh, yeah, good. Because that's what people go to James Bond movies for. Relatable women. 100%. Well, the only thing they ever go for. Relatable women. Later in the interview with the Guardian, Lynch compared the backlash to segregation. Yeah, you know this character that you're completely changing for no sane reason whatsoever. That's because that makes me feel like you don't like black people. How about not changing the character? How about that? How about not changing the character? There's also generally positive, but there was some very personal messages to me, like Insta DMs and Twitter. Like, you live in the world. There are some arseholes here, right? Yes. What's wrong with you? And just conversations that my friends had heard or overheard on the tube that were really mean and dark reminiscent of age I wasn't even born. Because you're shoving your bullshit down our throats non-frickin' stop and people want to spit it out. That's why you're making frickin' racists. You bunch of racists are actually making race. Like for me, I can't believe I'm at a point where I'm going, oh, is that a female writer? I think I'll give it a miss. But like, I've been burnt so many freaking times before. This is not my first rodeo, okay? Not our first rodeo at all. A conversation with my friends we overheard on different places. So it also reminded me about the work I still have to do to try and change the world in a little way that I know how. Listen, here's the thing. How about not changing everything to be very different from what it is and taking it away from people to make yourself feel justified and valid, right? How about not doing it? If you want to do it, why not make your own shit and see if it works, right? See if it. And here's why you won't do that. Because it takes talent. It takes effort. And you don't have it. That's really the bottom line. There's a great video from your boy Zach I was listening to in which Mark Miller, a comic book writer, who came up with the idea of Marvel Zombies, right? And it was talking about why Marvel comics are so bad now. It used to be about 10 years ago, they would have this annual summit where they got all the writers in and they'll just have a 3-day drinking binge, apparently. But they would chart the course of the comics for the next year. The X-Men for the next year. And they will throw out ideas and they will tear each other's ideas apart, right? Talented people can do that and talented people can live through that because that's what it is. It's exciting at that point, right? You need talent to be able to. When you're there as a meritocracy, that's what you can have. They absolutely don't have that nowadays. Everybody is an ally, right? Rather than a contemporary. Everyone's an ally. So everyone's going to say, oh, yay balls, that's the bestest ever. Why? Because if you say that somebody's idea isn't good and they happen to be like Vita Ayala, who gets work because she's brown and she's gay, right? This your career's over, right? There's no telling non-talent they can't do anything, right? Because they can't do freaking anything. Whereas somebody with talent, you can tell that. So yeah. Listen, and that's why you don't make your own thing. Honestly, what they should really have done is do a James Bond movie and give him 2 allies, have like a sexy female, so like Gal Gadot, perfect casting for that, right? And like a black man, right? And then spin them off into their own franchise and make it organic, make it something that's real. But you're not going to do that because it takes work and effort, right? Work and effort. The things these lazy bums are terrified of. Lynch then went on to compare experience to England's defeat at the UEFA European Football Championships. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised at the response from the football, which is really sad to have you say a black person in entertainment or a black person in sport, and if you fail, you're reminded you cannot do both. Listen. Well, that seemed pretty bad. Okay, if they were, but I don't trust anything anymore that I don't see myself. Right? I don't, and if you hadn't have made media completely dominated by anybody who wasn't a white male, so people couldn't feel they could relate to anything anymore. Right? Rather than being more inclusive, you've excluded the vast majority of of the audience. If you hadn't done that, maybe we could go back to those heady days in 2015 when nobody gave a shit about your skin color, right? Maybe if you hadn't made your skin color the most important thing in the world for the last 5-6 years, we wouldn't be in this world. But we're in this world that you freaking created, you idiot. You cannot be black and entertain and fail. I mean, you can if you're talented. That's the thing. You can. Black people in entertainment have been able to do that all up until a few years ago, right? And most of the time, you're a diversity hire. Again, Lashana, you are not hired for your acting talent. You are not hired for your personality. You're not hired for your intelligence. You're not hired for your mind. You're not hired to see how you interpret the role. You're hired for your skin color and your vagina. Okay, that is why, and that's how you have defined yourself. Right? And you have said, there are far more roles for black people now on TV. Far more roles. Far fewer options of roles. It's always like 2 or 3 different types. And always the interesting people are the white men. Because they're the only ones you can add in any like personality to. Because you're not allowed to make black people fail. Ridiculous. And then when you have a black entertainer who is really successful, really knows what they're doing, like Noel Clarke, and you have a bunch of people slander him, as far as I can tell. There's been no criminal charges whatsoever. You say, nah, let's get rid of him. Why? Because you don't like black people. Bottom line, I think you're all really genuinely racist, right? You cannot be black and entertain. You have to be black and entertain and win it for the country or win it for the world or win it for the history. Yeah, because again, this is the focus you made the world of, right? This is the world that you have created because you're an idiot. Interesting enough, one of the biggest critics on its casting of the rumored was the first black girl, Trina Parks. Oh, Bambi. I was like, who's trying? Was she Bambi or Thumper? I can't remember. That's a weird James Bond movie. Diamonds Are Forever. Was that? No, she can't be first black Bond girl. Live and Let Die. Okay, and that was all about. that was all about. Yeah, that was that was a great blaxploitation movie, right? There's a great line in it where he's being followed by one of the New Orleans gangs or the New York gangs. And they're like, hey, is he easy to follow? Yeah, man, he's like a white cue ball on a green man. They were very, very much talking about his skin color. And I love that when Roger Moore walks into the blaxploitation club, it was just being very James. That was awesome. Okay, I like that a lot. So she's like, Park spoke with the Daily Mail about Lynch taking on the role of 007, said, Lashana is a great actress, maybe. Everything I've seen her in has been shit, and she looks like a little boy. But I don't really agree with her about coming 007. It's not about colour. A black James Bond, sure, but as a man, I don't know why you make these definitions, right? And by the way, if they wanted to spin off a character, a sexy black woman spy character. What about Naomi Harris? Right here. She was freaking great in what was that one? Skyfall, right? She was freaking awesome in that. She could do the action. She was great. You could have a mini series with her on, I think, Amazon and bought one. Yes, right? Why? Because I don't think she was casted out of agenda. I think she was cast by being good for the role. I liked what they did with her Moneypenny, right? It really interested me. Parts continue. It's just because Bond, the spy code name being named 007, was written by him failing as a man. Miss Bond doesn't have the same ring. It's okay. They found somebody who looks like a little boy to play him. While Lynch is advocating that Bond franchise to follow modern Hollywood trends, Parks has had a very different take thing. I think there are lots of movies that are already there. We have a woman taking center stage. Yeah, look, I got to do my review of 2000 AD after this. It's always 80% female heroes and 20% men. It's basically everybody female apart from Judge Dredd, right? It used to be 80% male heroes and 20% women, and those ones were much freaking better than all this shit put together. I think women taking central side, defeating men, and I like that, but I don't feel James Bond has to go there. It's been a tremendous franchise since the 60s. They've always been innovators, not followers. Well, it's not really true. They set the standard and remained a classic film with a man as well. Now, that's how I think it should stay. Well, you're not too far away with having a man as Bond with Lashana Lynch. You're not too far away right now. What do you make of the racing claims? Oh God, it's awful. It's just awful. Listen, you like a bit of James Bond? Go check out my Indiegogo. Okay, go check out. You see, that looks like James Bond to me, right? You like a bit of James Bond? Go check out my Indiegogo. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.